The 2024-25 sports year for the University of Tennessee is officially over, and it was one of the absolute best in the history of Tennessee's athletic department. But that comes at a very interesting time with the current state of college athletics. We'll explain next. Hey, Lucas Panzica here from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. So, Tennessee baseball season officially came to an end on Sunday with an 11-4 loss to Arkansas in the Fayetteville Super Regional. The Vols' national title defense is over as they were one of the 16 teams left standing, swept by Arkansas in the Fayetteville Super Regional as Arkansas heads to Omaha and the Vols head home. And that brings to an end the 2024-25 academic sports year, so to speak, for the Tennessee Volunteers. And to be quite honest, it was one of the absolute best in terms of that balance across the board with the athletics department that we have ever seen at the University of Tennessee. Considering the major sports here, going back to the fall, of course, Josh Heupel leading Tennessee to a 10-win season and the first ever 12-team college football playoff. Rick Barnes leading Tennessee men's basketball to yet another Elite Eight appearance. Kim Caldwell in her first year in charge of Tennessee women's basketball, making it to the Sweet 16. And then on the diamond, both men's and women's Tennessee softball got to the Women's College World Series for the 9th time in program history and made it all the way to the national semifinal, falling to eventual national champions Texas in the Final Four. And then, of course, Tennessee baseball did end up hosting a regional in Knoxville, won that regional, but lost, like we said, to Arkansas, losing games 1 and 2 in the Fayetteville Super Regional. So things are good right now on Rocky Top. Just about every major sport is in a very good place. That comes at a very interesting time because finally, the long anticipated House settlement approval has finally happened from Judge Claudia Wilkin, which means officially starting on July 1st, revenue sharing is coming to college athletics. As you've probably heard a million times by now, that means that universities will have the right to opt in and spend up to about $20 million directly to its own student athletes. This does not mean that NIL is going away. Certain parameters around NIL will be shifted around, but largely universities can pay players directly. Now, how Tennessee goes about divvying up those funds across the board for its multiple successful sports on campus, that's yet to be seen, and it's a tricky proposition for Danny White and Tennessee athletics. Now, the reality is the Vols will likely do it based on revenue, which of course would mean football gets the largest percentage of the funds from revenue sharing. But as baseball continues to improve, Tony Vitello is not going anywhere, and Tennessee baseball is a powerhouse. They might have fallen short of Omaha this year, but they're the defending national champs, and no other program has gone 5 straight years to make a super regional, and recruiting continues to be at an all-time high for this program under Tony V. Softball is not going anywhere. Karen Weekly has established one of the most consistent programs in all of college softball. Rick Barnes does not look like he's anywhere close to retiring for Tennessee men's basketball. Kim Caldwell's just getting started. And as we know, football is the engine that drives the train. And Josh Heupel is looking to get Tennessee back to those championship heights. So every sport right now is full steam ahead. And revenue may be the thing that ultimately divvies up revenue sharing in terms of which sport gets what. But Tennessee athletics is as good as it has ever been, but that comes at the most confusing time that we have ever been in the history of college athletics.